Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Please welcome to the stage, Arctic Delight. Woo! Alright, if you wouldn't mind having a seat. So Arctic, I hear that we are celebrating a 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
Congratulations, how do you feel?
Oh, energetic and futuristic. Like, it's been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm so very happy that people have been enthusiastic about what we're doing.
That's amazing. And we did actually go on Facebook and ask some of your fans for some questions here.
Oh?
They're very interested to get to know you more. So do you mind if we just jump right into the questions?
Sure. Let me put on my best shoes and let's do this.
All right, perfect. So Rhonda Hess asks, how do you choose your music?
Well, music has every day been like a main part of my life. So if something has a catchy beat to it, I hear it on radio, check it out on YouTube, somebody made like a video. Based off of how I feel or interact with the music, usually I can turn some type of song into storytelling. So it's kind of based off of my feelings that I usually choose the music choices. I gotta feel it. It has to have heart.
Yeah, yes. And we definitely see that in your performances.
Oh yeah.
Ron Hess also asks, what is your method for choreography? Do you do your routines in sections or do you jump right in?
Well, it's in my mind, I have kind of how I want it to go going into it, and then choreography, that kind of falls into where the storytelling is. If, for example, we do a take and that dance looked pretty good, my director would be like, great job. And I'd be like, yay! And then he'd be like, do it again. I'd be like, oh, okay. So then I try to remember it, but each take usually brings out something new each time. So I'm always changing and developing something new with each take. So the choreography kind of takes a life of its own while shooting.
Yeah, it's good to stay innovative.
Right?
Sarah Jean Hartnell asks, how long do you practice your choreography before filming? You kind of answered that question, but can you expand a little bit?
Well, this might sound a little awkward, but at the office, if I'm listening to the song and I like it, I will like move my legs, I'll snap my fingers, I'll like do something that ties some kind of movement with the song already. So that's kind of a pre-set up to what I'm going to do when I hear the song. Going forward, usually my body is already in sync with the beat so that it knows kind of to do what it needs to with the song. So that's kind of a pre-set up in and of itself.
Sure. So you're letting your instincts take care of part of the journey.
Yeah, me caveman, me sexy.
Sarah Jean Hartnell also asks, what has been your most expensive prop? That's an interesting question.
Oh my gosh. Well, the bank breaker, we took this entire black sheet and actually put a backdrop over it. For my latest one, which was King Dice, we ordered a special backdrop based off a picture. It was like $175 for the backdrop, but oh my god, it was glorious. Like literally, you could see the colors, everything was so vivid. And then when I was on stage, I was literally a part of the background as like the boss. So it was just phenomenal. Like it definitely shows when you put quality, not necessarily quantity, but quality over quantity really does do a world of difference in this industry. So that was one of the most expensive ones, but we still use it like a lot. So
yeah, I think we all liked how you popped in that video. That was very nice. Jenny Olson asks, what attracts you to burlesque?
Well, I would say the freedom of movement and expression. I work a lot, so I get to have creative thoughts in my head throughout the day, but not necessarily the ability to bring them to life. And burlesque definitely became the outlet to be innovative and bold. Like if I want to be any character from any series, I literally can put a backstory behind it, bring it to life, a dance, and like just tell a wonderful story that's just floating in my head. And I love it. So it's like, it's being able to create art without having to paint a brush. I can define it any way I want to in any method, and it just really pops, brings it to life. So freedom.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Jenny Olson also asks, how long do you see yourself doing it?
Well, if I see the art of makeup and technique making someone flawless no matter what age, I could be technically, say in my 80s, 90s, as long as I still like have a lung machine strapped to my back and breathing while I'm moving, even if I'm puffing out smoke. If my makeup is flawless, y'all can't tell how old I am. So I would say I want to at least invest maybe a good 20, 30 more years into doing this and see how things go. And if I inspire another generation afterwards to follow in my footsteps and do something incredible, then I want to leave a legacy. That'd be amazing.
So one day your most expensive prop might be your oxygen tank, is what you're saying.
Yeah, strapped to my back as I'm still moving. I'm still shimmying. It kind of creaks and rusts, but.
Okay, great. So Christine Petersdorf, I apologize, Christine, asks, what has been your favorite production so far?
So many. That hurts. I have so many. I have so many lovely acts. I love them all. They're like all my kids. The Joker. When I got to literally dress up as the Joker, I had my green hair, I had my grill, I had 69, not the position, but the 69 tattoo on my cheek. I got to really go into character of like taking over my entire persona to be something completely different and then still go crazy and hog wild. I got to shoot a gun, not a real gun, but like one of those video game guns, I got to shoot those. We had so many props. It was really innovative and interactive. And I even had some of the production crew, which, by the way, is a tagline. Thank you, Team Arctic, for being the best production crew ever. They helped me with it. So involvement of that was like a stepping stone of where we're going with our future, of including different storytelling elements. Not just me, but like everything. Like just bringing it together to make a real masterpiece. That was one of my favorites.
Do you feel you embody the character of the Joker?
Very much so. My social life, not so much. Not so much. I don't need to go to jail yet. But everything else where it's like you are breaking away from the norm and want to be different and stand out by just being yourself, yes, those traits I definitely embody the Joker of.
That's wonderful.
And the purple jacket, you know.
Christine Petersdorf also asks, which one has been your most improved? That would be production, most improved production.
Well, I would say it was when I was Pikachu. Well, parentheses, Pikachu, because some things I can't say out loud on camera, but y'all know what I mean. That one where we, it incorporated my belly dance skills, but it gave me a chance to improve on the previous take of remembering from my, there was in my life a master of belly dance that taught me how to do things and how to remember stuff. And after take, more of her teachings came back. So I was able to continue to improve upon that, what the original skit was supposed to be. So it turned into like a belly dance Pikachu skit, but it was definitely one that kept improving the more I kept remembering. So, oh my gosh, phenomenal teacher. Like she's still rocking it to this day. But that one was my favorite.
It's wonderful that you can bring things that you experienced previous to burlesque into burlesque.
Oh yeah.
And incorporate that.
Especially as a cosplayer, you know, because I miss those conventions, y'all. I do. I feel the pain for everyone.
Christine Petersdorf also asks, which character or video would you like to revisit and improve upon or make different videos of?
Hamilton. If you've not seen, and this is going to be another shameless plug, if you've not seen the musical Hamilton, see it. Reason why is because we were doing one of the songs from Hamilton, and we ran out of time because me and my lovely genius self was like, all right, guys, at 2 a.m., we're going to shoot this skit. It's going to be fantastic. Everybody get ready because we're going to go from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. working. And it passed. It was like, you know, we were getting tired and like people wanted coffee and they were getting cranky. Well, I was getting cranky. But we got through it. But that one was one that we want to go back and revisit because there's more songs of that we'd like to do. So in the future, we want to bring that back because there's also some other songs we want to work out too. So like Hamilton, yes, we will be back.
There's a lot of room to grow with that too.
Oh
there's still a lot of material you haven't used yet.
Oh, you're a fan, aren't you?
Of course I am.
Oh, we all are. We all are.
The last question from Christine Petersdorf is, what are your goals with your burlesque career?
I want to, in the future, be in the Burlesque Hall of Fame. I want to level up my skills and my dance ability and stage interaction enough to develop something that will leave a legacy, that will like have people remember me. I'm not necessarily doing it for the fame. I'm doing it as a stepping stone or where I want to go, because I have such deep respect for this industry that I want to aim at the top. I don't necessarily want to be the best there is or the best there was. I want to be the best of me I possibly can be. So I'm aiming high and setting my goal to be there. That way I can enjoy the many stops along the way, like the progress that we've made of going from me just dancing in front of camera to me dancing in front of a crowd, me dancing in front of like the entire virtual world. I wanna continue to get better, and I want to set a goal that I can't obtain in the next like 2 or 3 years. Like I want something that I can actually be hungry for. Like you never lose the appetite for greatness if there's always something to shoot for. So if you aim a goal that's really high and one that you can't easily obtain, but make progress along the way, it's more rewarding when you finally get there because you've built a legacy over time, searching and doing something that you love. So it becomes a passion, it becomes like an obsession, something that you just live, eat, sleep, breathe, kind of like football. But yes, so it's like that's what I'm gunning for, but I also set the goals of I want to be able to have more props. I want to be able to do more acts. I want to do more music. I want to explore the world. I want to see what it's like to share my passion with others. I want to see how I stack. I want to see what other people are doing. Um, I guess my goal in that would be exploration of life itself through burlesque to get to where I want to go.
Well, I'm sure I can speak for all of the Arctic fandom when I say that we're excited to watch you reach these goals. Zelda from Breath of the Wild asks, what advice do you have to share with someone wanting to get into this?
Never give up on anything that you set your eyes on, anything that you create a goal for that you want to do. Uh, Honestly, I would say the best thing that I did starting out would be creating self videos, like amateur videos, like taking a song that you really like and just dancing to it. Just like literally record it, have fun with it, and express yourself through self touch. Let yourself find happiness and then show that to the world. Um, I say that was one of the best things I ever learned from my sensei that taught me more was like, don't be afraid to touch yourself. PG, touch yourself, okay? PG, touch yourself, please. But don't be afraid to be bold and be yourself. If you have something that you're passionate about and creative that you want to see on like bring to life, or that you want to do like a certain act or skit or person, go for that. Definitely start out small by just going from there. Make videos, see what it's like to dance in front of the camera, become comfortable with yourself. After that, you can add in like different elements like costuming or like props or things like that. Storytelling is one way to do it, where you are basically mapping things out. You can do it that way, or like you can just like if you love dancing, you do it that way too. There's different ways to get started into it. Just actually doing something and not letting things hold yourself back is the best way to get into it. I would say definitely just like going out dancing and not giving a crap what people think. That's one way that's very beautiful. I would also say that there are no limits as where you can reach as to what you can do. Don't place any gaps on yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Set yourself free and you will achieve what you want to be.
I think that's good advice for everyone, even outside of burlesque. Zelda from Breath of the Wild also wants to know, what challenges do you face as a male burlesque entertainer?
Well, I actually have that's a good question. I've experienced a couple. So I am modest, but I realize that my junk jiggles. I realize I suffer from the syndrome that God gave me a lot of junk. And to maintain that, if you are, no matter what size you are, but if you, say for example, it jiggles and you can't control it, dancer belt, I've learned, definitely contains all the rage and lioness and stuff down there. There's been that. There's also been burlesque at one point was more predominantly female. So a lot of the things still stuck to it are more for like females, where it's like it's easier, not easier, because corsets are hard. I don't wear corsets, but I give you props. Thank you all that do. Um, the clothing for a female body would usually include some type of corset. So in a lot of burlesque acts, to have that as kind of your next go-to after you do things, a lot of people expect that, a lot of people see that. For male dancers, it's kind of been more of like, how do I achieve my mucho gusto machismo in a feminine way to still convey that on stage, where I still have the sensuality of a female but in a male body. That's been something that we've been playing with and kind of experimenting with. Things have been going good there. Also the makeup. Like as a guy, I don't normally wear makeup as much. As a cosplayer, oh gosh, yes, yes, all the makeup. But having someone else who has done it for years naturally to add makeup to their face, their eyes, touches, and all that stuff, I still have to have help with my makeup. That's been one thing because it's more than fine to be natural, but you're not as eye catching. People love to see when you've like beautified the face. It is all sexy with the eyes, the lips, and all of that hair. Oh my gosh, yes. People love when you do yourself up very well, but as a guy, if you don't usually wear makeup, you usually have to have somebody else to help you, which I've overcome that by having other people help with makeup, and I've gotten used to that. So um, there was that, and then I would say another challenge has been more like more and more producers are more than okay with including all genders in their show. It's less common for a production to have only female and literally state only female. Most of them have now transitioned to, it doesn't matter what gender you are, we care about your act more, your talent more, like less off of the specifics of your body, more on what you're trying to provide. Thank goodness for that, because there are some that are still traditionalists and stick to all feminine. I've not encountered that, but in parts of the world that still are, that can be a challenge in of itself. We happily live in an era where everybody is more accepted for who they are versus what they're trying to have to fit into. So those have been some challenges that have definitely, I've realized that I will overcome to still give my best shot no matter what.
Well, hopefully other male burlesque dancers can learn from you and still grow in the community.
Yes, please bring it. Love it's a good challenge.
Proto Man from MT Warrior asks, where do you find inspiration from?
I would say all kinds of walks of life, anywhere from indie music to like Skrillex to country. It anime. A lot of my stuff has been from like just anime characters, video game characters, all kinds of music. If I'm listening to it and it has a catchy beat, then I can just like flow with it and be like, this would be an amazing skit. If somebody posts for a specific production that they are looking for of a theme, then if it's something I already know, then I can just like craft something like that. But it's feelings and emotions and memories are what I usually craft most of all of my stuff from. Where it's like if I can feel it, I can get into it and it becomes a passion. I can turn it to life. It's like boom. But I can even be inspired by just like going about my day and like walking and seeing somebody save a life, or like a family hanging out together, and then that just brings back a memory of like a video game that I played or something. But it's like life itself can be an inspiration for me. It just depends on how I interpret it and what I can bring to the stage.
That's beautiful. Protoman from MT Warrior also asks, who do you look up to as role models or idealize?
All right, so here at the Grammy Awards, I am proud to say my acceptance speech. Let me thank you all, because it began with the fans. It began with that one person who was like, 4 arms. Wow. That person inspired me. But stepping a little outside of that, the Midnight Minxies, I would like to thank you all, because everybody of the troupe has been so supportive. They've believed in me, and they really gave me a shot to be able to do this. I look up to Kit Vixen, for example, or Sparky Seduction. They've definitely been like the bold, fierce, feisty that stands out, that has made me feel more encouraged to keep going. My not to drop too many names because there are so many people to name, but my belly dance instructor, my teacher who taught me the classes of burlesque to get into it. There is a person who someday, I don't know how many years it's going to take, but this gentleman named Raygon, which he's kind of a hero for me. Odie Kamani is another one who I thought was incredible. There's so many people that are out there and killing it that I love to enjoy watching. That just, it's not me having to set the pace and create something completely new. It is me feeling encouraged to do what has been established or what is potentially possible to do. Just like the guy who walked on the moon. Well, it's like, we can get to the moon. We're going to the moon. Guess where we're going? The moon. So it's like, there are so many people in my life that have played a role indirectly and directly that I don't feel discouraged. I don't feel like I can't make it because there are people who have. And I want to say thank you all for literally just inspiring me to be great just by being yourselves.
It's great to be in such a good group.
Mm-hmm. And world.
Proto Man from MT Warrior also asks, what can we expect from you in the future for acts?
Me being alive. I'm not dying yet. I'm not setting my hair on fire again either. I learned that the whole alcohol technique of putting like alcohol in your hair and then a match and then being like, okay guys, we're going to do 5 minutes of a shot with my hair on fire because this is going to be literally the best Ghost Rider skit you have ever seen. So let's do this. Lost all my hair that day. Never again. Never again. I'm not setting my hair on fire. But
do not try that at home.
yeah, please. A warning. Read the subtitles. Do not try at home. ! ! You can expect more wonderful storytelling. Just like in the Joker skit, just like in the Ghost Rider skit. I'm going to be doing Phantom of the Opera, actually, next month. We're venturing out with doing audio splicing, so we're going to be taking names, mashing them up together. There's going to be a lot more lighting effects, a lot more fogging machine. I'm in the works of trying to get a flamethrower, but that's still kind of work in progress.
Also, don't try that at home.
Yeah, that's homemade. We are doing each month a skit, and each month we're doing a photo shoot. So for inspiration for our Patreon by the Midnight Minxies, we try to incorporate taking different characters and bringing them to life. So you can expect more content created every month that's going to be new, fresh, hip, original, fantastic. Stay tuned to my Facebook pages because that's where we post a lot of what's coming out less, kind of like a peeper, like a tease. You want it. That's what's up. So I say definitely expect more wonderful content because we're going to keep it high quality, classy, and fantastic.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Proto Man from MT Warrior also asks, would you ever sell out to advertisers if they paid you?
Depending on where they put it on my body. If I open up my chest and you see a robotic screen that says Disney, I have not sold out to Disney, but they paid me a lot of money to do that. So, but I would not sell out to advertisers because Beastie Boys, I don't know if anybody, remembers the Beastie Boys, but like, don't sell out to advertisers. I mean, that's great. They sponsor the stuff that you're doing, but you lose a part of yourself, and then you lose yourself as a whole if you give yourself up to so much. So, no, I would not sell out to advertisers, but I would accept some Nike shoes and just like model them on my feet while I'm dancing. So it'd be like, my Nike shoes, but I'm dancing. Oh yeah, I'm dancing. So, I mean, I would not sell out, but I don't mind sponsors. I don't mind people donating ideas, thoughts, and gifts and using them on stage. I don't mind that. I will not sell my soul for corporations' ideals that are not mine. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, gift me, PayPal me, Venmo me, money, Facebook at me, whichever one. I will accept all.
Bowsette asks, you have done so many characters in the past year. Why do you portray more villains than heroes?
I will admit, y'all, I'm a little psycho. I got a little bit crazy in me. I'm not all the way there. I'm about, I would say, one can short of a 12-pack. Um, I it's like you have the ability to emphasize or act upon desires that you normally don't get to in normal society. So if a character who is seen as a villain is like horrific in the cartoon or video game, I can take that villain and tell them in a different storyline to where they're not the bad guy. Because just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean that you have to be a bad guy. If that kind of makes sense. Wreck-It Ralph, for example, 1 and 2 did a good job at emphasizing villains aren't bad guys. They're not all bad. Some of them are just playing the bad guy, but doesn't mean you're a bad person. I love being able to portray characters that don't have the best rap and give them a whole new light where you look at them differently, where it's like, oh, he can be sexy, or I like challenging perspectives of what exists, and I love being able to play with that, because I don't want you to have what's expected. I want you to see the unexpected. I want you to see something different. I want to elaborate that this person can do all these wonderful things, but they might be stuck in this role. Not in reality. There's somebody different. So I can really relate to the untold story of the bad guy versus always the good guy that gets all the screen time and stuff. Because heroes, y'all ain't all that. Get your heroes. Come on now, you got your own storyline. Team Rocket. Team Rocket. Okay, so Team Rocket for the win.
Well, thank you for that interesting perspective.
Coming from a fellow bad guy,
Bowsette also asks, I won't expose your secrets on live TV, but do you have any secret anime waifus to share with your fans?
Alright, if you won't expose this to live TV and the audience is not listening, Bowsette, since you kind of set me up for that one, wow. Alright. So I am a nerd. Please accept this. I'm also a fanboy. Please accept this. Accept my consent also, I guess, to share this with the world. Not like they're watching, but I got kind of the hots for maybe, a little bit of that Bowsette herself. I got a little bit of hots for a couple of characters. I'm not going to name, it's a 30-person list. Don't worry, when you play waifu games, you learn that you have multiple waifus. Ryu from, not Street Fighter, Ryu from Tenchi Muyo, the blue-haired one. That one's a hottie. Buzette, because she's coming out there with the white dress, is looking very sexy. And for now, that's what I think that I go weak in the knees for. If somebody plays a Bowsette and just cosplays it so well, I'm weak in the knees and I can't help myself but oh my god, you're so hot. So you do it too, not alone. But yes, I would say those are my favorites.
Great. And the last question we have from Bowsette is, what mark will you leave on the world of burlesque?
One where it will never be the same again. I don't want to change the game. I don't want to necessarily tell people they're doing it wrong. I want to be somebody that people can follow and that people can understand where they're coming from, of going from nothing to something. I want to be the hope for somebody out there that you can do it too. Anybody can do it. Burlesque is possible for anybody. It doesn't matter what color you are, what type you are, where your social status is, how much money you got. Anybody can be in burlesque. I want to be that person that went from nothing to something. And I want to encourage everybody with my videos and my acts that there is no limit to your imagination and where it can come into reality. And when you have a wonderful crew and team, once again, thank you, Team Arctic and the production crew that I work with. You have people that support you, you have people that believe in your ideas, and you have people who care about you succeeding. There is no place that you can't reach in this world. I definitely want to say that I want my name out there, but I want my name to be recognized as somebody who made it, and somebody that you can be proud to know, and a friend.
That's wonderful. Well, that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for your time and answering all these questions. Congratulations again on your 1-year anniversary, and I'm sure we're all very excited to see what comes next for you.
Thank you. And it was my honor to get to not only share with more of my life, but to also share with the world that Team Arctic is doing great things. And I am so honored for the productions that I have coming up with the Midnight Minxies, which is like literally one of the best troops y'all have ever seen, ever will see. Legendary. And also by our calendar. But we're doing great things. And I'm glad and honored that we can do things like this to share with you what we look like. So, thank you.
Thank you.